India's first high-speed railway line is being built between Ahmedabad and Mumbai. It will be 508 kilometers long, with bullet trains running at a speed of 320 kilometers per hour. The journey will be completed in just 2.5 hours, which currently takes 6 to 7 hours. 80,000 crores of rupees will be spent to build it, and it's expected to open by 2027. There will be 12 stations in total, including Vadodara, Bharuch and Surat. After its success, there are plans to extend it to Delhi in the future. By 2031, Japan is providing state-of-the-art technology directly. India had developed the original bullet train in 1960 under the name Shinkansen. This project sounds fantastic, but some questions arise whether India needs it so much now. Couldn't the existing railway lines have been improved? To know about all this before its construction, we will have to go back a little to when the first train ran between Ahmedabad and Mumbai. It was in the late 1850s when the Bombay, Baroda and Central India Railway Company started work on this stretch. In a few years, some stretches were also opened, but the first train ran from Ahmedabad on January 20th, 1863. Till then, the station used to be the same terminus. Church Gate was not built till then. CSMT station was in operation by the name of Boribunda because it was built by another railway company. This was the Great Indian Peninsula Sula Railway, which is why these two lines did not connect with each other. By the 1870s, direct trains started running. While building from Ahmedabad to Bombay, there were many challenges on this route because it passed through very difficult routes like the Western Ghats and many reverses. Bharuch Bridge crosses one such important part of this route, which was built over the Narmada River in 1861. It was a part of the state by the name of Bombay Presidency, so there was a lot of travel between them before the railway line was built, by bullock carts, boats and horses. Drone carriages were used. After the arrival of railways, trade and transportation became huge. Taking advantage of this, many mills were also built in the state. Traders and businesses in the state started sending their products cheaply and at speed. Within a few years, migration of laborers and professionals was seen in the Bombay region. Rapid urbanization was seen in Bombay, a lot of credit for which goes to the railways. Apart from this, Bombay Ports was one of the few ports in the country from where international travel could be done, which is why many people came to India from within. People from the region used to come to Bombay for international travel. After independence, many modernizations and upgrades were seen on this route, which increased both its efficiency and capacity. The entire route was electrified in 1987. Apart from this, new tracks were installed at double tracking stations on the route. Platforms and signal link systems were upgraded. Ahmedabad-Mumbai Shatabdi started in 1994, which further reduced the travel time. Today, this route is the best route in the country. Being a part of Delhi-Mumbai, maximum passenger and cargo movement is seen between Delhi and Mumbai. Both road routes and rail routes are operating above their capacity, which is why many projects are being made to solve this, like the Delhi-Mumbai Expressway, Western Dedicated Freight Corridor, and bullet train. Detailed videos have been made on both these topics. Click on the I button to check them. The plan to build a bullet train was first mooted in 2009 to 10, in which a feasibility study was done on 5 other corridors apart from Mumbai and Ahmedabad. Then, a 650-kilometer long route was proposed. It was from Ahmedabad to Pune via Mumbai. French National Railways, SNCF, was also participating in it, which operates France's high-speed rail TGV. They were providing technical cooperation in this. But in 2013, the Railway Board decided to drop the Mumbai-Pune section due to financial constraints because the section from Mumbai to Pune was quite expensive due to the Ghats in between. Hence, in September 2013, India and Japan started studying only the Mumbai-Ahmedabad route because Japan wanted to sell its Shinkansen technology. In this study, detailed analysis was done on traffic forecasting, alignment services, land acquisition, environmental challenges, and construction of tunnels, bridges, and high-speed railway technology. Japan International Cooperation Agency (JICA) and SNCF were working together. In this study, 12 stations were again included. This route was proposed from Bandar Kurla complex in Mumbai to the police station so that the option of expanding it to Pune in the future remains open. In 2016, it also got approval from the National High Speed Rail Corporation Limited (NHSRCL) to implement it. NHSRCL has been created as a special purpose vehicle. Maharashtra and Gujarat governments are also part of the Indian Railways. In this joint venture, the central government will give 10,000 crores to NHSRCL and the Gujarat and Maharashtra governments will give 0,000 crores each. What has been finalized is this: a total of 12 stations, some greenfield, and along with some assisting railway stations, platforms for bullet trains will also be added. It will start from Sabarmati railway station in Ahmedabad, and then the bullet train will be placed on platforms 10, 11 and 12 on the eastern side of Ahmedabad Junction station. A greenfield station will be built in the middle of Anant Nadia. The area of platform 6 and 7 will be given to the bullet train. Another greenfield station will be built on the western side of Bharuch and will cross the Narmada river with the help of a bridge. Along with the Delhi-Mumbai Expressway and WDCW, the entire route will be built. There will be tunnels of 25 kilometers in length on 90 kilometers and 28 steel bridges will also be built. Why is the route being built mostly on viaducts? There is a reason why embankments were not built. Less land has to be acquired, which is where maximum delays are seen. Apart from this, the earthwork will also have to be reduced, and the fences that had to be put up along the entire route will also be saved. But still, the cost has increased by Rs 100 crore due to keeping the route elevated. A 21-kilometer long tunnel will connect Mumbai to the police station, out of which 7 kilometers will be under the sea. This tunnel will start in BKC, and the route will be elevated after reaching the police station. 5.4 hectares of land was given to build the terminal in BKC, and it is here that the Mumbai Metro will be located. It will also be connected to Line 2 and 3. The cost of the entire route has almost doubled from the earlier and has now become Rs 80,000 crore. It has also seen an increase due to the COVID delay and land acquisition issues. JICA has funded most of it through loans. They have promised to provide in the form. Till now, they have already given a loan of more than Rs 5,000 crore and will give 0,000 crore more till the completion of the route. This loan has been given to India for 50 years at an interest rate of only 0.1%. The cost will be borne by the central government and state governments. 20 components will be supplied from Japan and manufactured in India. 24 Red E5 series Shinkansen train sets will be purchased and operated, out of which 6 trains will be assembled in India. Due to the harsh climate, it will also be modified a little. A total of 1,434 hectares of land has been acquired, and construction started in 2017. Till now, 91 kilometers of viaducts have been completed, 233 kilometers of piers are closed and ready for 263 kilometers of foundation. The 50-kilometer stretch of the route is ready. It will open first in August 2026. The entire route from Surat to Bilimora is expected to open in 2027. The maximum operational speed of the train will be 320 kilometers per hour, and the average speed will be 260 kilometers per hour. Indian Railways has proposed 2 types of services for this. One express service in which the train will stop at only 2 stops in between, Surat and Vadodara, and the other slower service in which it will stop at all the stops but will stop at one station for a maximum of 3 minutes. The entire journey of the express train will be completed in 2 hours and 7 minutes, and the slower train will take 2 hours and 58 minutes. Currently, the train journey from Mumbai to Ahmedabad takes 6 to 7 hours. A total of 70 services will operate every day. 35 P cars will operate on the line in one direction. There will be 3 trains every hour, and the rest of the time, Two trains will run from 6 a.m. to 12 a.m. The train and end-to-end ticket price will be Rs 36,000. Railways has estimated that 36,000 people will use it every day when it opens, and this figure will increase every year. One train will have 10 coaches initially and will be able to carry a total of 700 passengers. Bullet train will have many benefits, but its special thing is that it is the best mode of transport for distances less than 1,000 kilometers. Flights, cars, normal trains and buses. Buses are many times better than all these. Faster than trains and personal vehicles, faster than flights and cheaper than air travel because it takes so much time to go through check-in security and to and from the airport. Airports are usually far from the city and stations are in the center. That's why the time to reach the airport is very important. If we look at the average flight time from Ahmedabad to Mumbai, it is 1 hour and 20 minutes. If we add 1.5 hours for security and half an hour to reach the airport, then the total travel time will be around 3.5 hours. The same distance by bullet train will be just 2.5 hours. That's why it will prove to be the preferred mode of transport for millions of people. A study looked at the effects of Europe's high-speed rail and found that demand shifted from air travel by about 30% to road travel by 15% and conventional rail by 30%. A similar trend is expected in India due to the construction of the Ahmedabad-Mumbai bullet train, especially in small cities that do not have their own airports. The bullet train will prove to be a game changer for Anand and Vapi and their passengers, as well as the western suburbs of the Mumbai metropolitan region. Apart from this, bullet trains are more eco-friendly in comparison to cars and flights because they run completely on electricity. After opening, there is less congestion on the roads. Tourism and business will also increase due to improved connectivity. There is a need for improvement in the existing railway lines too, but the construction of the bullet train will also help in that. When there is some pressure on the lines operating at their capacity, upgrades can be done easily. After this route, the Railway Ministry has planned 6 more corridors like Delhi-Ahmedabad, Delhi-Varanasi, Mumbai-Nagpur, Mumbai-Hyderabad, Chennai-Mysore, and Delhi-Amritsar. Many challenging acquisitions in the construction of the bullet train because the speed of the bullet train is so high. So it is very important to have minimum turns and gentle grades in its route. For that, the routes may have to pass through some areas where there are buildings or land is not so easily available. To solve this issue, the entire road has to be rebuilt. Elevated banks would have required 3 times more area to be acquired. When other highways and railway lines are being built, turns or steep grades can be used to avoid those areas, which is done in high-speed rail. It is not so easy. This is the satellite image near Bash, in which you can easily see that this is the line of the bullet train and YWDAC has only 2 tracks in both of them. But making stations in the periphery of WDCW and other small cities was a better option. Because the express service did not have to stop at those stations, but they still had to slow down. Due to the significant turns in the route from this greenfield station can remain completely straight, due to which the express service can bypass it at speed. The only exception is the station of Surat. This is because its existence will have to be made by buses, metros or trams to these stations so that the passengers can reach easily. Because if they have to face expensive taxis or inconvenience every time, then they would prefer to go by normal train only. We have talked so much about the bullet train. Japan is incomplete without Shinkansen. Shinkansen is the world's first high-speed railway system, which was started in 1964. The first line used to connect 2 big economic hubs, Tokyo and Osaka. The total travel time reduced from 7 hours to 4 hours because at that time, the trains ran at a maximum speed of 210 kilometers per hour. Earlier, the conventional rail line used to run along the Pacific coast, connecting all the urban areas, but there was a lot of congestion in the 1950s. At the same time, some private railway companies started running slightly faster trains with a speed of 150 kilometers per hour. Seeing people's interest in it, Japan National Railways then decided to make an even faster train. Construction started in 1959 and the first stretch was opened in 1964. Shinkansen was an innovative technology in which cutting-edge engineering was used. Japan showed the whole world why we need high-speed railways when the whole world was doubting them. Its initial budget was 100 crore rupees as per the currency of that time, but its cost had doubled by the time it was made. The cost definitely exceeded the budget, but people liked it so much that within just 10 years, it generated so much income that all its construction and operating costs have been covered. Till now, Shinkansen has carried more than 1,000 crore passengers. There has not been a single death without any collision or fatality. There has not been a single accident. It is still one of the safest trains in the world. Apart from this, these trains are so punctual that their average delay is only 36 seconds. They are so confident in their efficiency that all the transfers are timed to a split second. That is, if one train gets delayed even a little, then all its connections will be late. The aim of Shinkansen was to bring people to the capital, which it fulfilled very well. Due to this, many isolated and underserved areas also became accessible through transport. Many small cities which came along the route also saw economic growth and many became tourist destinations. Shinkansen provided an alternative to air travel for short distances. After its opening, the burden on Japan's roads and airports reduced. Currently, their average ticket price is 1 million yen. After the success of Shinkansen, Japan took its technology to other countries. Like India, they have seen growth in their rail industry. Now their high-speed rail network is 2,700 kilometers long, which is spread from Kyushu Island in the west to Hokkaido. Japan is not so happy with this yet. They want to make an even faster train than this, maglev train. Construction of its first line is currently going on between Tokyo and Nagoya, which will open by 2027. This train will run with magnetic levitation, which will be the fastest train in the world after opening at 505 kilometers per hour. With the maximum speed of R, the 286 kilometers distance from Tokyo to Nagoya can be covered in just 40 minutes, and further extension to Osaka will take only 67 minutes, which currently takes 2 hours. The total cost of this route with bullet train will be $47 billion. That is, 90,000 crore rupees will be built in route tunnels. If we talk about Europe's first high-speed train, it is France's TGV. Its first line was built in 1981. LGV was built between Paris, Southeast Paris, and Lyon. When TGV was launched, it was the first in the world. It became the fastest train with a maximum speed of 270 kilometers per hour. At that time, the maximum speed of Japan's bullet train was 210 kilometers per hour. Since then, the speeds of both Shinkansen and TGV have increased to 320 kilometers per hour. When traveling from Paris to Dijon, congestion had increased significantly in the middle conventional railway line due to the bottleneck. So the French National Railways decided to build a brand new high-speed railway line. Its work started in 1976, and by 1983, the entire stretch was opened. The success of the first line led to the expansion of the entire network. New lines were built in France to connect Paris to other major cities, such as Marseille and Bordeaux. Today, the French high-speed railway network is 2,800 kilometers long. In addition to connecting destinations within the country, it also connects international destinations. By connecting with the European high-speed rail network, its trains reach the United Kingdom, Spain, Belgium, Netherlands, Luxembourg, Germany, Switzerland, and Italy. Predicting traffic demand for any infrastructure project is a very difficult task, but a route needs to be financially viable. This is very important to see positive contributions to the economy. According to the European Commission, an HSR line is justified when at least 9 million passengers travel on it. The first TGV lines carried 40 million passengers in a year. Within 3 years of the opening of the line, air travel between Paris and Lyon fell from 31% to just 7%, and high-speed rail travel jumped from 40% to 72%. That is, passengers traveling from Paris to Lyon increased 72 times. Since then, flights have become quite cheap, but still, this line has remained profitable. Today, high-speed railway lines are present in 19 countries of the world. The total is more than 59,000 kilometers. China has the largest network in the world with 40,000 kilometers. Spain comes second with 2,000 kilometers, followed by France and Japan with 2,800 and 2,700 kilometers respectively. India can learn a lot from these countries about building and operating high-speed rail. Firstly, by making bullet trains, the speed will be justified. They cannot afford rail. The option of the train is also taken away from them. They have to travel by buses again. This thing needs to be kept in mind. With high-speed rail, airports will also become free to some extent, due to which airlines will use long haul instead of short haul. The Indian aviation industry can focus on longer flights. Today, the Indian aviation industry is growing by 7%, so the more short-haul flights we can complete with bullet trains, the better it will be. It is better to build more railway stations than building more airports. Apart from this, it is not necessary for any other public transit system to be profitable because it provides a greater service to the people. Its benefits to the economy are so great that it cannot be counted against the profit loss, but the loan taken for construction has to be repaid. If this happens, then the governments have to decide how much should the ticket prices be kept and on which route the train should be built so that the loan is also fulfilled and there is not too much burden on the passengers. Apart from this, Japan has learned from Shinkansen the best safety record and on-time performance. We can say that there has not been a single death in Shinkansen in the last 50 years for the Indian bullet train, while those trains run at 320 kilometers per hour regularly. It is very important to integrate high-speed rail with other modes of transport. In India, we have conventional rail systems, metros, and we can easily connect it with other modes of transport. Hi guys, if you want to buy the Mumbai transit map or Indian history chart made by me, then click on the link given on the screen. I create similar digital maps and charts every day. To get these releases every month, become a member of the channel and click on the join button. After joining, you will get all the old digital files also. Thanks to this, you will also be able to support the channel directly.